Hello and welcome to this weird edition of Saturday Morning Writer's Block. Particularly because I'm recording this on a Friday night, I have stuff to do tomorrow morning, so I won't be able to do, the thing in the morning. Hopefully maybe I'll get a cup of coffee, but that's probably about as much time as I'm gonna get. And since it's Friday night, I am enjoying a different beverage. So, what I thought about doing today was a little bit of rambling. Part of it is me being old in the brain. I've just noticed a lot of stuff lately that says I'm old. That is terrible penmanship, and the brush is wrong. I'm hoping this comes out as something good. I don't know. What about this one? That looks nice. So yes, initially what this is just an episode of me explaining that I'm old, and also I actually got a question in the comment section the other day, after I uploaded my previous episode, asking about how people in my stories travel, like vehicle-wise, and how do they get from point A to B. Really good question. I like this brush a lot better. So we're going to address that as well. But to explain why I feel old, I'm not... And I questioned even bringing this up on recording, because it's like, this makes me look like a huge creep. But when you get home, and you notice that other people are leaving, getting in their cars to go somewhere, you're like, oh, it's nothing really to notice. You don't really cue into that. But I then proceeded to look out the window 5 minutes later, because I was just making sure everything was all nice and neatly locked up. And I discovered the people that had gotten in a car to go somewhere had not gone anywhere yet. So I started wondering, and I'm like, this is kind of strange. But, nothing too crazy. But, then I proceeded to take a nice shower because I spent today about pinky-toe deep in some kind of rodent's fecal matter. And after 30 minutes, I looked out again. This time I was legitimately curious. And they were still there. And I'm wondering to myself, well, what could the reason be for this? Because when I get in a car, I want to go somewhere. I don't spend time in the car. Now, maybe I did when I was a little younger, like waiting for things. Now the only thing I wait for is when I get to a store a little too early, and I have to wait for them to open. But I was legitimately puzzled by this, and actually just really wanted to know, like... I could guess reasons for just sitting in a car for a half hour. And part of me just chalks it up to kids. Being kids. Like I said, I don't know if I even want to put this on... to upload this, because I'm like, this makes me look like a total creep, but I'm legitimately, like, questioning. I want to know. Let me just put it that way. I want to know. Like, the more I talk about it, the more I feel like there's nothing here to discover. But it just makes me feel old to have questions about stuff like that. And then when you're, like, driving down the road, and you hear tiny beeps from behind you, and you don't know why, because the red light's red, and you're like, what is this noise? I don't understand. And then you start going and notice a little tiny motorcycle behind you. And it's like, but the light was red. So I don't know if I was just hearing something, or if the dude was super, impulsive. I don't know, not impulsive. If he was impatient. I don't know. It's probably just me, being me, and having questions about why people do what they do. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sure if I upload this, it's going to come back to bite me in the butt, somehow. But, at the same time, if you look at the name of the channel, this is Snick's Organic Transition. Which I'll let you guys know, the transition was supposed to be Segway initially, but I thought that was the name of the company, so I decided against using that. So, but organic. I'm trying to be real for a second. Because there's all this stuff right now, And maybe it's just because it's Friday night and I've hit the point of just overflow. Or just hit the point where the bottle is just singing sweet nothings to me. I don't know. I'm probably going to speed this audio up as well. Just because I discovered that trick last week. And it was really cool to figure out if I just speed up my voice, it gets really squeaky. And I thought it made my stuff at least 30% more watchable. I don't know. I'm rambling now. Apologies. Point being, lots of stuff, and maybe it's just because I'm a secret genius, but I have to understand these fancies of other people. I need to know. I don't know why I need to know. I just need to know. If you spend time in your car, not going anywhere, and without, like, reason, or with a reason that is odd, if you're just hanging out in your car because you can, let me point you to gas prices right now. There's cheaper ways to hang out. What am I doing? Why am I going on and on about this? This is why I don't do this on Fridays, because I just don't know how to act, and I just feel old. So, editor, ergo me, if you want to cut that first part out, that would be fine. Let me give you a nice, to highlight the cut point. Apparently that's a method I can use to point out where I want to make corrections. Anyway, if you've gotten past that part, I am, like, wow, thank you. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. If you've already, clicked off the video, then I totally get it, and there's so much other content you could be consuming right now. But, to each their own, right? So if you're still here, kudos. Excuse me. Well, that's, yeah, okay. Anyway, this is supposed to be me explaining things, but instead I'm going on a Friday night rant about why I don't understand the young people today. I don't know. And aside from that, I can't stay up anymore. So I think that also adds to my thought process of just being old. I don't know. Moving on. Right. The question last week that I got was, how do they get from point A to point B? And I have some videos explaining possibilities. Like, I forget what I said exactly in the text. But, it looks kind of like a lizard. Huge, like 18-cylinder motorcycles made out of garbage, maybe? So there is a bit of a Mad Max feel going on in some of the sections, and that's another thing that I have to explain, is that my stories take place in... It's supposed to be another world, but it draws a lot of stuff from ours, such as motorized vehicles and humanoid figures, partly because I'm not good at coming up with other figures. So, yeah, huge motorcycles, but this is for a specific guy, you know him, you love him, Mantra. That might not look so good. Never mind, I'm not even going to discuss it. If you think that's bad, okay. Nuts. The guy that I've talked about before, that has the fiery head for some reason, he has a huge bike, sometimes pulls a trailer around that you can have people in, not for good reasons, like for, the whole, if you imagine mercenaries, and having to catch, like bounty hunters, catching a bounty. Gosh, how can I spell it out? Yeah, it's for capturing the bounty, so he gets the reward, So you have that. You have the other society that is, like, super tech-based. It looks like a weird mustache. I was trying to go for some kind of aircraft, like a light aircraft. And, so there's, in the technical society, you have a lot more vehicle types. And then there's other biomes, or what would you say, tropical? No. I mean, the way the planet is designed, it is huge and somehow still keeps an atmosphere. And I mentioned this to someone before, that it's like held together by huge scaffolding. That it's layers on layers of like places that people exist. Now I had ideas about why a building would be, or a planet would be broken up so strangely. Like, why would that be? Part of me thought, oh, well, maybe someone made it that way. Or, oh, maybe there was a cataclysmic event and this is just the world now that these people exist in. So, you got your water areas that are just like completely, like a bowl full of water. You got your desert. Desert. I don't know if that says dessert. I'm not good at spelling. Let me also be clear with that. If I upset you with my spelling, I'm sorry. You got your text. I just spit on my screen. Oops. Tech zone, which I'm thinking could probably be in the center of it all. That would make sense to me. I've always thought of the tech-centric society kind of like ancient Rome, you know, with Colosseums or whatever else goes with Rome. Or would that be where the Dead Realm is? I don't think I've talked about the Dead Realm yet. Basically, there's this whole... I don't want to get too far into it because it's kind of sort of important for a side story. But just imagine a place where zombies exist in a society, okay? So, we'll go with that. You got the Dead Realm. I don't know, I'll have to take more time to think about it because this is like really early on production. I've been working on it for years and this is as good as it's gotten. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, basically, different zones have different environmental stuff going on. You got different vehicles to match the environment. You got different people to match the environment. All that crazy stuff. And I haven't figured everything out. Clearly, I haven't figured everything out. Still in progress. Is there two S's? No. Yes? No. Point being, the whole point A to point B thing is still very early on to answer the initial question that was posed. And the environment that they live in is also very early on. And, but this is basically where I'm at right now. Being the only person to work on this, I am limited in what I am capable of doing. So I'm gonna separate this from that, just because this is a whole different thing over on the right. 20 minutes, huh? I am kind of satisfied with where we are right now. I hope that was enlightening to a degree. I also hope I didn't exactly offend anyone with my earlier statements, but you know, this is the internet. What are you gonna do? So, yeah, if you have gone to the end of this and enjoyed what you saw, I am super happy about that, and thank you very much. And next week, I'll probably be back on my Saturday schedule. We'll just see how it goes. You can't see it right now, but I'm like petting my microphone because it's, you know, because it's there. Anyway, just thought I would end on that note. Later!